Hi there, it's Rachel Gregg, and in today's video I'd like to share with you an Artful August accordion book. So Artful August is a challenge that I started on Instagram this year, and what I provided was a month's worth of prompts, like creative prompts, just to jumpstart your creativity for that month. And what I did was I wanted to create a panel, like a card size panel, so this is almost 6 by 4 inches, and I wanted to create a different panel for every single day that related to those prompts, and then at the end of the month I bound it all together in this accordion book. So for this video I want to open up this accordion book and show you what I created and how I bound it together. So let's just unwrap this here, and so this is just some ribbon here that I've used to like hold it all together when you want to wrap it at the end. And just opening it up, so you can see here now all the different panels that I've created. And how I've bound it together was by using fabric pieces. So you can see here how there's a little fabric piece to bind these panels together. So each panel, so this is the panels here, each panel was made using the same size but just different substrates. So here we've got some watercolor paper, here I've got some craft paper, this here was just some mixed media paper that I gel printed onto. So every day I used something different. I didn't use the same substrate for every single day, so I just mixed it up a little bit, and then just depending on what the prompt was and what I felt like creating that day. And then at the end I bound all of it together by going back to back, so there will be 16 panels on this side including the front page, and then on the back side there'll be the other 16 panels. So I'll just go through it. It's kind of a bit hard to show you all at once, and then you can see here how it is all bound together. So I'm just going to give you a little flip through just to show you all the different panels. So when you open up the whole book, it's a bit difficult to show here on the video as one big piece, but you can see here how if I flip them through or hold it all out like this, it really is one big long panel. And then they just get folded up with the little fabric binding pieces to create the book. So I just want to show you all the little different panels individually so you can have a closer look. And I'll just open it like a little book. So this is the easiest way then to show you each different page. So what I did for all of my different panels, I just wanted to bring out some products and stamps and there's various different things that I hadn't used in a while, and just depending on what the prompt was, depending on what I created that day. So you can see here I've done some watercolor. Here I used one of the new stencils from Darkroom Door and did a bit of ink writing on there with a quote. I've done some watercoloring there with scribble sticks, colored here with distress inks. This prompt here was rainbow, so I created a rainbow sunset there in the background there. I've used die cuts here, stenciling, did a lot of sewing for this because I wanted it to be really textural and have, lots of threads coming off the ends here and stuff. And I mean, it's great here to feel all that texture. And then we're at the end here for the last page of that side. And then when you flip it over to this side, again, you'll see all this if you have it all out in one big go. But again, I'll just fold that back up and just show you the pages individually here. This one here was torn. That was the prompt. So I tore up a lot of fabric here and used that as a background. So there's lots of different techniques and things. So if you go onto my Instagram, which is just at Rachel Gregg, and I'll put a link in the description below of this video, you can see every single panel and how I've created it. There's a video for every single panel, and then a description for what I've used and what the prompt was. This one here, these doors open here to a little quote. This is one of the new postcards for Darkroom Door that I've designed for Darkroom Door using my photographs. So it was just a fun month, just using up different products and things out of my stash, trying some techniques I haven't done in a while or ones that I love doing, and just creating a nice little book. And I found this size to be really fun to work with. This one here's got some nice little stickles on the flower. It was just a really nice size to work with, especially if it's something that you're doing every single day. And because this was every single day. All I needed to do was basically, it was just a card front, and then just layering it up, or, you know, creating in any which way that you wanted. So this little fabric binding that I've done, so what I've done, I'll see if I can kind of explain how I've done that. And so I've put 2 panels back to back, so you can see how they're back to back that way. And then in between each panel, I've put a little bit of fabric, and then with my sewing machine, I sewed on every single panel here, which then bound that fabric in between, sandwiched in between those 2 panels there. And then that's what bound the book together. And with it being fabric, it's really flexible. So it just makes it really easy, and it looks really fun. So you've got those little, you know, binding pieces on that side, this one here, and all this fabric. It's from different manufacturers, but it's all linen. So it's got a really beautiful texture and different patterns like stripes, and there's a little bit of flowers. And I mean, you can't see much of that fabric on there, but it just gives that nice little extra pattern and design to the project. And these little fabrics, I bought them from Verandah Crafts. Again, I'll put a link in the description below. And so there's my finished book. And so I've got, yeah, the nice little even fabric bits on here, little sari ribbons, and all those little threads, which I think just make the book a lot more fun to play with, really. So this is just an idea for what I did for Artful August. We had a lot of people playing along as well, which I loved seeing what everyone's ideas were. So the hashtag was Rachel Gregg Artful August Challenge, or just Artful August. So definitely check out those hashtags if you're on Instagram. And if you want to do the prompts yourself, even though it's not August anymore, if you still want to do the prompts, obviously you can do them at any time of the year. So just jump over to my Instagram, and there'll be Artful August in the highlights section, and it'll have the prompts there where you can follow those and create along with them at your own pace. You don't have to do it every single day, but those ideas are there for you when you need a little jump start for your creative projects. So go and check those out, and we will be doing it again next year. So I hope you will join us for a month again of creativity. Thanks so much for watching.